Hey, what's up everybody? This is TSB, and this summer what I plan to do is I plan to do a lot of vlogs. What I plan to do on these vlogs is I plan to tell a lot of stories, elaborate on a lot of things, discuss my friendships that I have with some of my friends, including my best friends especially. So I hope to make a lot of these. They're not going to be daily. They're going to be uploaded, a lot of them are going to be uploaded on the same day. I have a special name for these vlogs. I'm going to call them T.S.Blogs. So enjoy the first of many T.S.Blogs. This is my first T.S.Blog, so I'm going to talk about my first beatboxing performance, which was in the 8th grade, the exact year that I started beatboxing. I started beatboxing because the year before I was shown a Japanese beatboxer that was extremely well. I was shown the video in a music appreciation class, and we were talking about beatboxing. It was just a one-day thing with like pamphlets. We read the pamphlets, then she showed us the video, and I got nostalgic about it, so I looked it up again and refreshed my memory of it. I began to get so much big of an interest in it. I learned the scratch in one day, and that was because of a how-to video I watched of how to do it, and it was the same guy of the same video that I was shown. I didn't get into putting the drum beat into it until later on. Me being only beatboxed since February, the auditions for the talent show were in May. That's not even 4 months of beatboxing. I felt confident enough to audition for it. And literally, I went up and I auditioned for it. The judges were the choir teacher and a science teacher that I did not have either years of 7th and 8th grade, since that was in the junior high. Now I went up there. I was extremely nervous because there was no microphone, and the only thing I could think of doing was an engine beatbox, which was a video with the same guy that I saw the other video with, but he was doing a engine oil commercial. So, and he was the engine. So what I did was I just beatboxed that, and it was extremely quiet. I was extremely unexperienced. This is all I did for the audition, just right here. 1, 2, 3, 4. That is all I did for my beatboxing audition. I got like some applause and stuff like that, and then I watched the other auditions and stuff like that. But I thought to myself, maybe I have this, maybe I don't. Keep in mind, when I was doing the I did not know how to incorporate into it, because I was just learning it. I just started learning that just watching America's Got Talent. I was thinking to myself, what if I went on to that? But there was a talent show of the school that I was trying to figure out, stuff like that, because they would have postings of it the next week, Monday. They would have postings of who made it and who did not. I went up to it all excited to see if I made it. I was put on the list of who did not make it. I was bummed out the rest of the days. I was walking around like, not all mopey stuff like that, but I was talking to my friends like, I didn't make the cut. Even if I put my scratch sound into it, and I showed the scratch sound, they were all impressed, thinking to themselves, why didn't I make it? So like, I even put a status up on Facebook saying I didn't make the cut, so I'm going to quit beatboxing. And to show people that I was serious, which is my state of mind, which I thought everybody was going to believe me, just because I put this, I wrote on it, pass it on. And people like, you know, why would you do that? Like, everybody likes the beatboxing. Why would you stop beatboxing? And I was so depressed about it. I was crazy enough to give beatboxing the personification of a friend that I went my separate ways with. And then I would come back to it 2 years later in my sophomore year, which I just graduated, keep in mind. Then came the day of the talent show. When I was in my home room with it, I was just sitting there and stuff like that, and two of the kids that were in the talent show, they found me, and they said like, why weren't you at rehearsal for the talent show? I'm like, what do you mean? And they're like, why weren't you at, she said there were singers, there were dancers, and there was one beatboxer, and you did not show up. And I'm like, I didn't make the cut. And they were like, yeah, you did. You were put on the wrong list. After they said that, that day spiraled out of control. Just doing that, I was running around trying to find the teachers. Did I actually make the cut? That day, I did not have a routine. I did not have a rehearsal. And then came the actual performances. I found the lists of when I was performing, and I was number 19. I think I was 19, the 19th performance that would happen. I was waiting and stuff like that. I was sitting in my seat like, what am I gonna do? What am I gonna do? What am I gonna do? And then I went up there, waited for my turn to perform, last act, then the act before mine ended. This is where I was the most nervous. This is hands down the most nervous moments of my life. And then I walk up onto the stage. And keep in mind, this year was not a good year. Like, people people knew about me. But that was because of the last year of me getting bullied. I was the new kid. Everybody knew that I was the kid with the monobrow. I was the kid with the hair between the eyebrows, and everybody made fun of me for that. Know this. They did not know that I was in the talent show. Everybody thought that I didn't make it. And as I walked up onto that stage, I just felt the applause, the applause was so loud, it felt like a fan on the side of my head. I grabbed the microphone. It was about 15 to 20 seconds of them applauding. I had to go like this, and then people would soon stop. They had no idea what I was going to do. I mean, some people had an idea. They heard I was going to beatbox. I could already tell in the back of my mind that some of them were like, what is he doing? Like, what's he thinking? Like that, and they had no idea. Some of them had no idea of my experience. Some of them had no idea that I did it. And a lot of kids already thought that I did not make the cut for the talent show, and I actually did. And I did not know what I was going to do. So what I did was this. I grabbed the microphone, and I was just like, okay, I didn't know what I was gonna do. So I just did what came to my mind and doing it. But I remember the entire routine, and here's what I did. When I put the microphone back on the stand, everybody just it was an uproar of more applause. And it turns out that out of all the other acts of singing, of dancing, of choreography, of all of that stuff, I'm the one who got the biggest feedback out of all the other acts. And all the other acts were amazing, some of them. And to my surprise, kids that were giving me crap and all that stuff, they were impressed. All my friends, they were impressed like that. Like, I went around like, you know, people give me like, nice job, that was so sick, like all of that stuff. Okay. And I remember that exact performance, I remember the exact routine, I remember every moment of that day. And to this day, it just goes to show that that day changed my life. It did. In a very good way. I would not have this channel. I would not have taken back me giving up beatboxing. I would not be sitting here talking about this right now. I would not be elaborating on this day. So, and I'm happy to be here thanks to that one day. And just think to yourself, that day changed my life, made this channel possible. I hope you guys enjoyed this very first T.S.Blog, and as always, thanks for watching.